boys and girls, it's Mrs. Norton here, and I'm going to read to you If Your Monster Won't Go to Bed, written by Denise Vega and illustrated by Zachariah Ahora. Time for bed! Who hates those words more than anything? That's right, your monster. But we all know what happens when a monster doesn't get enough sleep. Massive monster tantrums, refusing to join the sneak up on your scarier sister game, and falling asleep in his slug mush. Let's review a bedtime routine guaranteed to help any monster drift off into peaceful nightmare land. Rested and ready to play, toss the slime ball with the rest of the kids and monsters. Don't ask your parents to help you. They know a lot about putting kids to bed, but nothing about putting monsters to bed. It's not their fault. They're just not good at it. So, boys and girls, now I'd like you to stop and think. Is this how you thought the story would go so far? What do you think is going to happen next? Be looking for ideas that you could use as yourself as a writer. Feel free to press the pause button right now and think about the questions that I just asked you. Then you can press play again whenever you're ready to go back to the story. Grrr! Yip, 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 yip! Don't bring in your dog to cuddle. She'll bark and whine and chase your monster's tail. And your monster will grow and snarl and chase your dog's tail, which will lead to a monster meltdown. And who wants that? Besides other monsters. Don't do the monster stomp. Your monster will wiggle his waggle, flick his fur, and clench his claws. And the next thing you know, he'll be shaking his bristly bottom and won't want to stop. And you'll be shaking your unbristly bottom. So it will be a big bottom shaking, waggle wiggling, fur flicking, claw clenching monster kid stomp, which will last all night. Save the monster stomp for daytime fun. This is bad. Don't have your monster count sheep. You know what will happen. And sheep aren't good for a monster's digestion. All that wool makes him gassy. Don't give your monster a glass of milk. Monsters hate milk, unless it's sour and green and smells like dirty underwear. Burp. And if you give them sour, green, dirty underwear smelling milk, they'll stay up all night burping sour, green, dirty underwear smelling burps. And who wants that? Besides other you-know-whats. Honk! Boom, boom, crash! I know that's lots of don'ts. So if your monster won't go to bed, what do you do? Step 1. Pour your monster a nice big glass of calming, crunchy, oozy bug juice, slimed with ooey gooey snail trails. No monster can resist this. And maybe you can't either. Go ahead, take a sip. Hi again. So boys and girls, we're going to stop and think for a little bit. I want you to ask yourself, is this a how-to book? It sure looks like it with that step number 1 at the top, doesn't it? I also want you to ask yourself, how could the author make the steps more detailed? Or does it sound like they're really doing a good job and you could follow the steps yourself if you needed to? So now we're going to get back into thinking about how you as a writer could learn from this book that Denise wrote. So be thinking about your how-to stories and how you could improve your steps and maybe make it more fun like Denise does or more detailed like Denise does. Enjoy the rest of the story. Step 2. Give your monster an ice-cold, shivering-inducing bath to relax him and make sure to scrub behind his ears with mud soap. Step 3. Brush your monster's fangs until they are at their smelly, rotten best, and don't forget to floss. Step 4. Help your monster find his favorite squishy, squashy, can't go to bed without it toy. Put all the other monster toys in your parents' bed. They will appreciate your thoughtfulness. Step 5. Read the freakiest, creepiest, scariest story from your bookshelf, screaming where appropriate, and watch your monster's eyelids droop. If your monster asks for one more story, shout, "No way!" And get ready for Step 6. In the key of Screech, sing Shockabye Monster and listen to those gigantic monster snores, along with the snores of your family, and maybe even the whole block. Congratulations! You've done it. Your monster has officially gone to bed. You are the master of monsters, the captain of creatures, the baron or baroness of boogeymen. You're so good. Everyone in your neighborhood will start asking you to help with their monsters. Uh-oh. Looks like that dragon won't put on her pajamas. And that werewolf won't stop howling. And that zombie is annoying the whole family. I know a lot about monsters, but nothing about dragons, or werewolves, or zombies. I'm out of here. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed reading this story by Denise in this funny how-to book called If Your Monster Won't Go to Bed. Now I want to talk about, what do you wonder about this book? Would you change this book at all? And if so, how would you change it? Also, do you think that the pictures help teach about this topic, about how to put a monster to bed? And also, one last question. Why was this ending funny? Did it make you laugh? Like she was an expert about monsters, but then she kind of was thinking, what? What was she thinking? And why did it make it so funny, readers? All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story. I know I do. It's just so fun to read a different type of how-to book, something funny and silly. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.